I try my best to live my life without tons of regret, but there is something I wish I knew sooner. And I knew this existed, but I didn't know the ins and outs of it. So I just can only plead ignorance, which not every agent will even admit. But in the real estate business, there are certain types of loans that I knew about, but didn't fully understand. And I know for a fact I probably could have helped more people in my first 6 to 7 years had I had a better knowledge base about this type of loan. Because looking back at well over 100 transactions, and in the start of my 8th year as a real estate professional, I can think of buyers who walked away from a house that they loved because the kitchen was outdated, or the bathroom needed some work, or even just the carpet or flooring was awful. And every single one of those people could have bought that house, fixed the things they didn't like, and rolled all of that into one mortgage payment. If only they'd have known more about the loan that existed. These are called renovation loans. And one of those real estate regrets that I'm passionate about now so that I can right any wrong that I may have done. And although I'm a firm believer that the house that's supposed to be your house will be your house, I still can't help but yell this from the rooftops these days. And in today's market, where so many homes in East Texas are older and where starter homes may need some cosmetic help, where new construction has gotten pretty expensive, these loans might be one of the most powerful things that a buyer in today's market has access to. A lot of people don't even know they exist. A lot of agents don't talk about them because they don't fully understand them. A lot of lenders don't push them. And I think this is costing buyers houses they could have happily owned. I'm Rebecca Williams, and this is the Living in East Texas channel. I'm with Leslie Kane Realty, and I'm a real estate professional and expert in the greater East Texas area. I closed my first renovation loan at the beginning of 2025, and the lender on that particular transaction was my good friend and, of course, awesome lender, Tori Modisette. She knows these renovation loans or reno loans. I keep calling them rehab loans, but they're basically renovation loans. She knows these type of loans inside and out. So I've been wanting to do one of these videos for a long time, and I asked her to sit down with me and film a video for you guys to have more information on these types of loans. There's an FHA 203K loan type, VA renovation, conventional renovation loans, and I also did mention to her and ask about commercial renovation loans, which I didn't know existed, but I had a client close one of those a couple of months ago on an investment property. I wanted to talk about what each one of those loans are, who qualifies for those loans, what the requirements look like, and how to know if one of these may be right for the house you've been eyeing. This is the first time I've done this, so forgive the sound. We had a mic incident. I don't have the same lighting setup as I do in my office here because we were at my Leslie Kane Realty office in downtown Lindale. So look past the video itself and just hear our hearts and hear what we want to talk about to let you guys know about these great loans. Up next, we're going to watch that conversation where I introduce her, we talk about the different types of loans, and then I'll come back at the end and kind of discuss and go over a couple of things that I learned about these loans as I've gone along and how this may best help you as a buyer in the current real estate market. Here's our conversation. Hi guys, I'm Rebecca Williams with Leslie Kane Realty, and today I'm here with Tori Modisette, and I wanted to talk to you guys about different lending types that have to do with the rehab loans specifically. Tori, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in the lending industry, what, all the things?
Yeah, you bet. My name is Tori Modisette. I am with CMG Home Loans. We're Rose City Lending Group here at Tyler. And I have been in this industry for a little over 20 years. So I've been with them almost 3 years. Love them and love what they offer. And especially part of this, the renovation loans that we're going to talk about today.
Okay. All right. So I just learned I did my very first deal with Tori last year. That was a rehab loan or a renovation loan. She's calling it very professionally. I'm calling it a rehab loan.
Same thing.
So can you kind of explain what it looks like within any kind of a deal?
Yeah, well, let's start with the different kinds.
Okay.
Maybe that way.
Yeah, please.
We offer a VA renovation loan, and that still allows the veteran to be able to utilize that zero down payment option and still renovate the home and include that cost into the loan. We offer conventional and FHA. Okay. So all 3 different types.
Awesome. So the first one that I did with you was FHA.
Yes.
So let's kind of go break that down for people and how that works.
Okay.
So originally we wrote the contract for $113,000. It was roughly that for a cute little 2-bedroom, 1-bath home here in Lindale for 1,000 square feet.
Yes.
But my people borrowed more than that. And so can you kind of explain how that part works?
Yeah. So FHA is going to kind of draw a line, and it's going to be around $75,000. So there's going to be 2 different types, a standard and a limited. Limited is just what it's saying. It's going to be limited in its scope of price, cost, and what's allowed to be done.
Okay.
That's going to be kind of the 75,000 or below one.
Okay.
Then the standard one's going to be above. So our minimum loan amount there would be for renovations would be around 5,000, and then there's no maximum on that one.
Okay, so you're calling it standard.
A standard FHA renovation loan.
Okay.
And then there's a limited FHA renovation loan.
Okay.
So the limited is, you got to think about that word, really.
Okay.
So it's going to be limited in price. We can only go up to $75,000.
Okay.
And what we're going to fix.
Okay.
And then we're going to be limited to what we can do. So no structural things on that one.
Okay.
We can't add a room.
Okay.
Can't change the layout of the existing home.
But on the other one, you can?
Yeah.
See, this is why we do this, because I didn't know that. Okay, so is there a minimum sales price on the...
No minimum sales price, really.
On either product? Okay, interesting. Yeah. I also learned a couple of months ago, for the very first time after being in the industry almost 8 full years, that there is also a VA rehab loan, which is... I'm aggravated, and this is why I want to share with you guys, because these are things that I wish I'd have known when I was a younger or newer agent. Younger too, but newer agent, because I could have helped. I feel like I could have helped so many more people in such a better way, understanding these products a lot better. So are there VA requirements, any of those things? I mean, obviously they have to have good credit no matter what.
These do require a little bit better, but they're really pretty standard. I mean, we can still go, we pretty much still qualify them just as with a VA loan.
Okay.
Just with the renovation part on top of it, if that's kind of what they're wanting to do. So the VA rules are a little bit different than FHA, but not a lot.
Okay.
Pretty much the same type of renovation product.
Okay. And so basically what happens within the deal, the way that Tori kind of describes it to me, it's almost like a construction loan.
It is.
Where there's draws throughout the process. Can you kind of go into that a little bit?
Yeah. So really what we do is we take a little bit longer to close these. Remember we asked for that. So more like 60 days.
Okay.
And that gives us really just the time up front that we need to talk to the contractor and figure out who that person's going to be and make sure that they're qualified to do the job that we're going to do. And that just requires a little bit more time up front.
Okay.
After that, we go through this loan like a normal loan.
Okay.
So once we have the contractor ironed out, we really are closing it within 30 days at that point.
Nice. Okay. So I don't want to interrupt you. I'm so sorry, but I want people to understand that the seller is then completely out of the deal. So really the buyer is the one dealing with the renovation on the back end, whether or not they're going to choose to live in the property or if they have alternate living arrangements until the construction part is done. Correct. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's perfect.
And so then there's just one more draw post-closing?
Yes.
Okay.
So on these, the draw will be paid at the end once we have inspected the home.
Okay.
Everything's been completed, and then that gets paid out to the contractor, and any remaining funds get just applied to reduce the principal.
Okay.
If they get in there, so there's a little bit of that new construction aspect of it. We're going to build in a contingency fee. They get in there and, we go over budget, or they find a little bit extra things when they're in there digging around that need to be fixed, then that's accommodated for. Okay. If those funds aren't used, then at the end of this, we're just going to reduce the principal loan amount.
Okay. So then their mortgage payment would be less.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. So the deal that we did together, I tell this story all the time because it was so awesome for my buyers. They were first-time buyers. They actually got married during this whole process and had just sweet little couple. And they bought a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,000 square foot home here in Lindale. They paid around $115, $116. I can't even remember exact amount, but they borrowed $150, and then the house appraised for $175. So they went into this house with like $25K equity off the top, which is never, that just never happens. It doesn't happen, especially in the crazy market that we have these days. What about conventional loan product? I'm assuming it's built the same, or there are less stringent requirements because you don't have that FHA or VA appraiser person that has to come in for inspection, or is it kind of the same structure?
Pretty much the same.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of difference.
Does your company do the commercial products like this? Because I just did one of those recently too, and I didn't know they existed.
We can only do, because we're a residential company.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
We can only do
Okay.
primary residence, and then the conventional products will allow us to do a secondary home.
Okay,
So
just like one secondary home, or like they couldn't do it for
Well, I mean,
investment properties.
yeah, not investment.
Okay.
So first
Okay.
and second homes.
Okay, awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything there that we didn't cover already?
I mean, other than at the end, we close, everybody gets paid, and then construction starts immediately after that. And I think we touched on that, but it's a really neat product. I mean, if you can see the vision, if you see the house and you love it, it's
Yes.
just still green or 1960s,
Right.
and the other thing is on FHA, I know a lot of people, when they list their homes too, people don't realize this. Oh, it won't pass FHA.
Right.
We don't care what this house starts out in.
Right.
It can have the broken windows. It can need a new roof. We're going to fix them.
Right.
So that's such a cool element to me, is that
Agreed.
you guys aren't so restricted.
We're not limited, right? And the buyers aren't limited, because unfortunately a lot of first-time buyers, that is the most ideal product for them to qualify for.
We do have a product that will allow our buyers to utilize the 0 down payment option.
Okay.
And that's what ours did, that
Yes.
couple.
Yes.
So we were still able to do this renovation loan, cover all of their down payment. And I believe, if I'm not wrong, at
You're right.
closing,
They got a check back.
we gave them their earnest money back at closing.
Right, they got a
So,
check back because we were able to get closing costs from the seller as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was a really cool deal, and they walked in with a lot of equity on the property, which is like I said, it's almost unheard of these days.
And a beautiful home that they love.
Yes,
and it's theirs now. So
it's
very
perfect.
cool.
Perfect. So I want you to be able to tell people your phone number if you'd like. So if you guys want to reach out to Tori, she's an amazing lender and friend, obviously, but I've worked with her over multiple deals. I was going to say, do we even have one going right now? I don't think we do. We need to change that. Anyway, if you want to share your phone number, and I can also put it in the comments.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm Tori Modisette. I'm a local lender. I've grown up here in Lindale, live in Tyler now. My office is here in Tyler. Like I said, I work for CMG, Rose City Lending Group. My number is 903-216-4862. Y'all call us, and we would love to help you guys out.
Yes, we would. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yay, we did a good job, I think.
I have to give Tori a huge thank you for sitting down and filming this video with me. Number one, video is not easy and not everybody's comfortable doing it. And number two, there's not a great way for me to be able to explain those ins and outs to each and every buyer. And she is not, of course, the only lender that does these type of loans. However, she is the first person I closed on with who really walked me through the steps. Felt so appreciative. I wanted to give her a shout out on video also. Tori knows this stuff at a level that takes many years of experience to build. And renovation loans are one of those topics where a lender who actually understands how those programs work can make a massive difference, because these loans have moving parts that regular purchase loans just don't have. Here's the takeaway I want to leave you with. If you've been frustrated by what your budget can buy in this market, if every house in your price range needs work, and you've been told to just save up and then you can renovate later, there's a real chance one of these loans can change that math for you. The house with the ugly kitchen can become the house with the newly renovated kitchen, baked into the regular mortgage 1 monthly payment, and possibly with equity of an updated home from day one. That's not a small difference. That's a fundamentally different version of home buying than most people are operating with. If you're thinking of buying in East Texas, Mineola, Hideaway, Lindale, Tyler, and anywhere in between, and you want to know if a renovation loan can help you look at homes that you've been interested in but didn't think were attainable, or need work and you are not in a financial position to do that, call me at 903-920-7413. I can connect you with Tori. We can figure out what fits your situation, and you'll know whether or not one of these types of loan is right for you. Drop a comment if you feel like this video is helpful, or if there's a specific renovation loan question that you have, please let me know. You can contact me via text, email, or a comment here on the video. And please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. You can share the video if you know someone who might be in the market, because obviously I'm constantly filming videos for you guys to help you learn more about the real estate market in East Texas, how the American dream is still attainable for you. And as always, my favorite famous tagline, iVideo, so you guys will know what it is like to live in beautiful East Texas. This is the Living East Texas channel. I'm Rebecca Williams with Leslie Kane Realty. I'd be thrilled if you wanted to reach out and just ask me any real estate questions you may have. And seriously, thank you guys. I am feeling the support. I've had so much engagement lately on my channel. I've had so many calls and inquiries from people who are thinking about moving to the area. I met with a couple yesterday that are local, and I have the honor that they've chosen to work with me. They were a super sweet couple. And one of the things to note, and that I've mentioned on multiple videos, but throwing it out here again, it's almost never too early to start having these conversations. They're at least 6 months out from making their move. But especially when you're selling, it really is helpful for us to start having conversations for the pre-planning stages and the marketing. And please don't forget, I also have a home buyer seminar and I have a home seller seminar. Both of those are here on my channel. We'll see if we can get the link here for you guys to be able to watch those. I think there's a lot of helpful information in there. And even if I don't end up being your real estate agent, it's nice to start somewhere where you don't feel like you have to start asking questions and agents bombarding you. I don't want people to do that to me, and I certainly don't want to do that to you. And thank you so much again for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it way more than you guys will ever know. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.